This is the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 21. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved by my Father. And I will love him and will manifest myself to him. Because a lot of us say we love the Lord. But read that back again. How is the Lord telling you to love him? It's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 21. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. And I will love him and will manifest myself to him. This is the book of John. This is the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 21. Bring it out. He that hath my Father's, he that hath my Father's commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. In Israel, we have the Father's commandments. He gave it to Israel, right? Which we brought out in Psalms. He gave that in Deuteronomy, Slakia. He gave it to the children of Israel. He gave it to Moses to give to the children of Israel. So you guys were given that law. This is the book of 2 John, verse 7. Slakia, verse 6. And this is love. This is love. That we walk after his commandments. We have to walk after the Lord's commandments to show that love. Right? We can't commit murder. We shouldn't be murdering our brothers, stealing from our brothers, sleeping with our brothers' wives, right? We shouldn't be doing those things, right? We should be keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments, because that's what the Lord told us to do. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, you heard this commandment from the beginning, ye should walk in it. You should walk in it, right? Bring that commandment out. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. This is a commandment from the Lord. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. You shouldn't hate your brother. Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. We should rebuke them, right? That's what we're coming out here to do. And not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Of thy people, your people. Right? It's not talking about thy neighbor. If you got a Caucasian one that's right next to you, Caucasian neighbor, it's not talking about that neighbor. It's talking about the neighbor that's in your kindred. Right. That's a part of your family, your bloodline. That's your neighbor. Read. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. So we had a lot of killings, police brutality against our people. But George Floyd, right, had the knee in the neck, and we had people yelling, "Stop, knee in the neck," right? Why nobody walked up on the officer, moved the officer over? That's showing love for your brother, right? That's putting yourself in harm's way for your brother, right? That's showing love. But we want to yell from afar, thinking that's going to help him. So we got to love our neighbor. We got to love our brother as we love ourselves. This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners. The Most High hate what? For the Most High hateth sinners. Once again, the Most High is hating. He's hating. And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. He's going to repay vengeance unto the ungodly, which we read in Nahum, his enemies. He's going to pay vengeance to those who touch the apple of his eye. Y'all going to get revenge for. That revenge is going to come to you guys, right? Also, the Israelites that's on this earth being wicked, hating their brother, sleeping with their brother's women, basically breaking the laws. They're the wicked also.
they're going to be punished exactly with the heathen.
Right.
And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good and help not the sinner.
Right. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 5 and verse 4.
Yep.
For thou art not a God that had pleasure in wickedness.
Right. The Lord don't have pleasure in wickedness, no matter who you are. You could be an Israelite, you could be a part of the bloodline, but if you're wicked, He doesn't have pleasure in you.
That's right.
And what? It brings death. Wickedness brings death. We want to live, right? So we got to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments to live.
Right.
That's what the Bible says.
Neither shall evil dwell with thee.
You're not going to dwell with the Lord if you're evil, right? If you're doing evil things. Is the Lord going to dwell with you? No, He is not, right? You have to be righteous and keep the Lord's statutes and commandments. Then the Lord will dwell with you. He'll be with you. He'll comfort you, right? He's your comforter, right? Only if you do what He tells you to do.
The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
The Lord hates all workers of iniquity. You're not going to stand in His sight if you continue to break the Lord's statutes and commandments.
Right.
Let that punishment for the wicked be for the wicked. Which are the other nations. They are the true wicked. So that's why we come out here to bid our people, beg you, come back to the Lord so that you can live. Because we want to see you live.
Right.
We love our people. That's why we come out here.
First John 2:15. Read that.
Hey, we got to wake up out of that sleep, out of that slumber, right? Because we sleep, right? We don't know who we are. Call ourselves black. Call ourselves Hispanic. You know, my father always said, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. Hey, but we got to know the meaning, right? Once I found out the meaning, hey, I ain't calling myself that no more.
Right.
You got to understand, we all.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 15.
You know,
Love not the world,
don't love the world.
neither the things that are in the world.
The things that are in the world are what? Christmas, adultery, lesbian, homosexuality. Those are the things that's in the world. He said, don't love the things that's in the world. So we have to come out of that, right?
If any man love the world,
If you love the world,
the love of the Father is not in him.
and how do you love the Lord? By keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments. So by being in this world, you're not keeping those statutes, laws, and commandments, following the world. So you got to come out of that. So that's what we come out here each and every weekend to do. To wake our people up, to bid them back to the marriage. Bid them back to His laws, statutes, commandments, and their inheritance. And with that, I yield. I say all praises to the Most High, the Water Yahweh, for letting me teach your word, giving me understanding. You keep thy commandments, and He'll wake you up to this truth. So, God's an honor that all Israel might be saved.